May I come in, sir?
Please do.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You are Anupriya Rai.
Yes, sir.
Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Kharosho, Ochin Kharosho.
Spasiba.
Could you give us a brief introduction, please?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm Anupriya Rai. I'm born and brought up in Bhagalpur, Bihar, and I pursued my graduation from Jawaharlal Nehru University in Russian language, and I'm currently pursuing masters in sociology, and I'm in first year from GNU itself. My interests include crocheting, listening to podcasts, and bullet journaling.
Good. So what drives you to the civil services? What is the attraction?
So, I think I have a background and it was combined by a lot of factors. Firstly, in my home, there was always this culture where people were aware of what was happening by reading newspapers and television. Then I was considerably decent in my studies, so there was also an encouragement from my teacher's side. And finally, when I came to JNU, I saw that I could pursue it, and this could provide me the platform where I can be of some use to everybody.
As regards Russian, your class will be taken by my co-panelists. But prior to that, you choose Ruski is equal Akhtanskam University.
The
That's the only sentence I remember. Now, Bhagalpur is infamous for a number of reasons, unfortunately. Please throw some light.
So, Bhagalpur is infamous for some of the crimes that happened in Bhagalpur, like the Bhagalpur blindings, which occurred around 1980-81. And so, one of the major upsetting incident was also the Bhagalpur riots around 1989.
Mm-hmm. Which movie was made on the first incident?
Yes, sir. So, on Bhagalpur blindings case, Ganga Jal movie by Prakash Jha was made.
Now you aim for a career in the civil services.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are your views on lateral entry? Firstly, what does this phrase stand for, lateral entry, and what are your views?
So, lateral entry means that above certain level, that is joint secretary level, that people who do not directly compete in the open competition of UPSC can come and contribute by being a member of the bureaucracy in the Indian government. And so my views are that I think it is a good move of introducing certain experts from various backgrounds who have domain knowledge and but who do not wish to compete in this examination in their earlier days, and this would lead to further domain expertise in the civil services.
What about the morale of those who are already there and whose promotion chances get blocked?
Yes, sir. So I think that there is a necessity to reform and overhaul certain aspects of bureaucracy. So introducing domain experts would further help them to make it more competitive and be there and learn from the other lateral entry members.
Okay, how would you define corruption in the context of public service?
So corruption in context of public services can be seen at multiple levels. Firstly, to take two examples, I would say.
No, first the definition.
Okay, so corruption is basically, in context of public services, basically accruing for one's own benefit with regard to whatever the resources available, misusing them. And
Misuse of public authority for private gain.
yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. Misuse of public authority.
But there's actually a school of thought. You see, there was an American economist and thinker, Samuel Huntington, who said that corruption helps to grease the wheels of government.
Yes, sir.
Do you think this is a valid point of view?
So on the face of it, it might look valid, but it is actually not, because corruption emanates from the structural deficiencies which are in the system. For example, if somebody has to get maybe their caste certificate from the officer, then he has to pay certain money that is wrong, which can be reformed by digitization of the system, by making the system more transparent and accountable. So, and in the longer run, if corruption is made use to grease the wheel of the system, then it would lead to inequality, it would lead to crime.
The wheels will fall off.
Yes, sir, the wheels will fall off.
My final question to you. Have you heard of the term bullet train?
Yes, sir.
Why is it so called? Is it because it is as fast as a bullet?
No, sir, it is not as fast as the bullet, but it is the fastest train available so far, because it makes use of magnetic levitation, and which cuts down.
So because of the speed it is called the bullet train?
So from what I know, because of speed it is called bullet train.
Unfortunately, you're wrong. It's because of the shape of the nose of the train. That is like a bullet.
Thank you, sir. It makes sense.
Thank you.
So, Anupriya,
Yes, sir.
you do crocheting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are the benefits of crocheting?
So the benefits of crocheting is that because the stitches are repetitive, it makes me relax. It relaxes me, and after each project, like there's this amigurumi where we make soft toys by using crocheting. So I get a product which I give to my friends, and also I can unleash my creative side by crocheting.
You get peace of mind, you get become meditative, you get happiness with it.
Yes, sir.
Then why are you coming to the material world of civil services? Enjoy this.
So because I cannot make my living out of it.
You cannot make a living out of it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but crocheting doesn't seem to have helped you. You are looking very anxious. Why? I'm seeing you second time, isn't it?
Yes.
I interviewed you a couple of days back as well,
Yes, sir.
and you're the same persona. Anyway, okay. You talked about Bhagalpur blindings and
Yes.
Ganga Jal and all. Do you think the Indian police needs reforms?
Yes, sir. I think that Indian police needs reform. Firstly, we need proper community engagement. People are very wary when they see a police officer, so we have to correct this perception. Secondly, I think modernization of police in terms of weapon, in terms of machinery, vehicles they have is needed. Third, I think we need to lower the burden of police forces by filling all the vacancies as well. And fourth, sir, I think we need to, as was given by the Prakash Singh in Prakash Singh judgment, we need to.
Can you list those reforms the Supreme Court ordered?
So I remember two right now. Firstly, it was about establishing a police complaints authority, and so there was also creating different investigation and law and order enforcement wing. Yes, sir.
Taking a cue from what you just said,
Yes, sir.
that people are afraid of going to a policeman. That's what you said?
Yes, sir.
And then you said police needs to be modernized, they need to be given more weapons.
Yes, sir.
So is this not a conflicting statement? Two conflicting statements?
No, sir. I think police, the community engagement has to increase by maybe beat patrol officer.
No, but people are afraid of going to the police, and
Yes.
you want police to be given more lethal weapons, more modern weapons. How do these two statements complement each other?
So it complements in the way that police do not use weapons to shoot at public unnecessarily, it would help them in crime prevention and law and order enforcement. But if we create a better atmosphere with regards to people and police, they would be more.
Okay, I get your point. Now, have you seen the film Singham?
Yes, sir.
You have seen
Yes, sir.
Singham and Singham Returns or whatever. So, now, what kind of police officer you would prefer, a Singham or an Amit Kumar of Gangajal?
So I would prefer Amit Kumar of Gangajal. Why? So because when he saw that there was glaring corruption and deficiency in the way police worked, he did not partake in those process, but he rejected it in his own way by following laws, and he never shook hands with corrupt politicians just to get his own way.
Okay, the symbolism of that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you are talking about that. Okay, you say your mother is a housewife.
Yes, sir.
Should you not join the service? Would you like to be a housewife or a homemaker?
So, I do not get the question. You're asking the difference between housewife or homemaker, or should I choose to be a housewife?
No, I say that in due course, if you get married,
Yes, sir.
you don't have a job, how would you like to be called? A housewife or a homemaker?
So definitely I would be preferred to be called a homemaker, because it gives a connotation that you are not rendered to a position with regards to your relationship with just husband, but you have your own importance in the house itself and in the home, where you nourish your child and where you prepare the home for everybody.
Okay, I get your point. Thank you. Last question. I have seen in Indian society, it is women who torture women. सास बहू को करेगी, सदियों से चला आ रहा है. Now tell me, every woman is supposed to be more sensitive, more aware of what all a woman has suffered in her lifetime.
Yes, sir.
But still, she passes on that torture to the next person who comes to the family. What are the sociological reasons for this kind of discrepancy going on?
So this same phenomena was documented in the study which is called Patriarchal Bargain, where mother-in-laws inflict the same violence that has been inflicted on her to her daughter-in-law. So the sociological reason is that they want to alleviate their position in the patriarchal society by using the same methods that was met to them.
Thank you.
Dobry den.
Dobry dzień.
Как вас зовут?
Меня зовут Anupriya.
Очень приятно, Anupriya.
Спасибо.
Tell me, why is JNU in news for quite some time in bad light?
So JNU for past some time has been in news in the bad light because they have talked a lot with regard to anti-government and anti-establishment discourses. So that has made them in a bad light in media.
All right, analyze JNU culture, if there is something called JNU culture, from sociological angle. 3 important points which give you the notion of JNU culture.
So the major important points that give notion of JNU culture, first would be there is a strong emphasis paid on out of school education, where out of classroom education, sorry, where students are asked to participate in discourses, debate which happen outside the classroom by various influential people. Second would be there is a strong emphasis paid on values of secularism and inclusivity, where people of all castes and religion feel that they have a say. And third would be that people are very very interested in student politics there as well, because they think that it gives them representation.
You have not mentioned anything about an anti establishment nature of JNU culture.
So I do not think it is part of the culture. I think it is the way it is portrayed, rather than being someone, being an insider, I would say what it is.
Okay. Tell me, have you read the newspapers today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me 3 important things that have come to your notice in today's newspaper.
So, 3 important notices. First is that Karpuri Thakur has been awarded Bharat Ratna.
Okay, because you are from Bihar, let's stop here for a while. Give me 3 contributions of Karpuri Thakur, why he should be considered a great man.
So, 3 contributions include that he has, for a great man, I think he has always believed in simplicity in his life.
Okay, that's good. 1.
So, second would be that he paid a lot of emphasis on social justice for the people, both backward caste as well as poor and downtrodden. And third would be he introduced affirmative action for OBCs in Bihar.
What do you mean affirmative action?
So, reservation policy.
Reservation.
Yes, sir.
He was the first one who provided for reservation.
Yes, sir.
For OBCs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the first news. 2 more.
So, second news is that stock markets slided yesterday around, for Nifty fell around 1.3% something.
But there is also another news about stock market, Indian stock market. What is that?
So, yes, sir, it was the news that it became the 4th largest stock market.
Beating which country?
All over. Beating Hong Kong.
Yeah, okay. The third news?
So, third news would be, so in context of world news would be that Israel lost maximum of most of its soldiers yesterday, 21.
Okay, I will grant it to you. Okay, talking about Israel and Palestine, why is Houthi helping Palestinian cause? Houthis, as you know, are what? Sunnis, Shias.
Shia.
And Hamas is Sunni. So, what is the connection of Houthis trying to help Palestinians?
So, I think it's related to the Iran connection, where, yes, sir, where Iran does not like Israel's existence and vice versa. So, Iran is, naturally, Iran supports Palestinian cause, and in this case, Hamas, by the means of Houthis.
Okay, and whatever is happening in the Red Sea, how it is influencing world economy?
So, Houthi rebels have increased the attack on merchant vessels and military vessels as well in the Red Sea, especially Bab al-Mandeb. So, it impacts the world economy because of the attacks, prices of shipping has gone up and insurance cost has also gone up.
Yeah, good, very good. Okay.
You mentioned a joint secretary level for lateral entry.
Yes, sir.
What exactly is a joint secretary level?
So it is some higher level. I do not know exactly what level it is.
Higher level means higher than what?
I suppose additional secretary.
ठीक है
Demotion हो गया.
additional step नहीं है.
All right. You talked about domain experts coming in, lateral
sir.
entry, it's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Now, if we need domain experts all the time, why not abolish the IAS? We are not experts at anything. Get domain experts, abolish the IAS, matter ends.
So I I think because domain experts are called only for a limited percentage.
But why? What does it achieve?
So it would foster competition, and so it would increase the knowledge when they
No,
work together.
but the government is already full of doctors and engineers and urban development experts and all kinds of experts.
Yes, sir.
So why do we need more?
So we need, because they are outsiders, and when lateral entrants come inside, they become insiders and give the knowledge what they have learned from the industry.
Then by the same logic, why doesn't the government send us to the private sector?
So I think it could also happen, but there would be issue that people who have been in government for so long could leak some controversial and confidential information.
Ooh. Say it again.
So, so I think there would be certain repercussions if.
If I want to leak information, I can leak it sitting in the government also.
So that could also happen.
So that there is no committed bureaucracy in number of countries. So how do they work? Maintain their secrets.
So I think they should be sent,
But
so I think they should be provided better training.
who?
So bureaucrats, before sending, they should sign certain confidential agreements, because they have a lot of confidential information, which if they misuse.
But that I am already bound by my conduct rules not to leak information. That's already there.
So then I think they should be sent.
Exam should be scrapped. So you go back to your crocheting, we go back twiddling our thumbs. No, that's okay. That's a point of view. I mean, it's okay.
I'm only asking a point of view. I'm not testing your knowledge.
Yeah.
Why I picked up the joint secretary part was because everybody has read joint secretary level. Nobody has thought for a moment what exactly is a joint secretary level. That's what I wanted to. This is a matter of opinion. You can have your opinion, I can have mine. Nothing much to worry there. One last question on sociology.
Yes, sir.
Because we are talking about the civil service bureaucracy, etc. Max Weber's bureaucracy and civil service, what's the difference?
So Max Weber's bureaucracy does not talk about only government participants in civil services. So civil services include government official at center, national and regional level, but Max Weber's include all those persons who occupy a position which are governed by written rules, who do not appropriate their position, etc.
All right. Define civil service.
So civil services are the services which are meant for civilian administration.
What does that mean?
So it means for local administration, which is different from military services.
And you're almost there.
And who participates in implementation and making of policy.
Technically speaking, a civil service is that part of the government that is not military, not political, not judicial.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Anupriya, you are a student of sociology.
Yes, sir.
And we are from the same college. Okay, tell me, to what extent are individual is shaped by the society? Give me one positive and one negative example from current affairs.
So individual is shaped by society by the way they think and by the way they inherit the culture in terms of socialization. So one contemporary example would be if society asks you.
Practical example from current affairs.
So practical example would be, so I guess respecting one's family and parents also is part of what our society teaches us, and how individual is socialized and how they takes after those value. And so a negative example would be, so it suppresses creativity as well, where if parents ask you not to go against their wishes, then you cannot. Example that even people involved in intercaste relationship would not marry if the parents ask them not to.
Okay. In sociology, conflict theory favors the powerful. True or false?
False.
Elaborate.
So conflict theory says that says that people, the masses are always suppressed by those who have all the power, who controls the means of production and all the resources. So
Okay.
it is against the powerful.
Okay. Sociological view says we are born liars. True or false?
So I could not hear.
Sociological view says we are born liars. Humans are born liars.
We
Liars.
are born liars.
Liars. True or false?
So I do not know about this.
Maybe it might come in the third or fourth semester. Okay. Can you tell me the things that affect our life chances?
Yes, sir. So Weber gave this concept of life chances, and so the things which affect our economic resources we own, the cultural capital we have, and our social capital as well. Yes, sir.
And apart from that,
So symbolic capital of Pitram Sorokin could also play a
social
role.
class.
Yes, sir.
And?
So caste, etc. So caste, so power. Yes, sir.
Most important. Gender.
Yes, sir. Gender also.
Okay, my last question. Can you tell me the role of institutions in society? Do they perform a positive impact, or they are just tool for powerful against powerless?
So it is seen in different ways by different tradition, like structural functionalist institution.
You tell me your view.
So my view is that they perform both function, that they, for example, family as an institution, it performs certain positive role, like economic well-being of their children, taking care of them, providing them with social capital. And in the negative, we could say that it suppresses creativity and makes one yes man, and also the conflict in relationship of the parents shows up in the way a child is treated, and that could create mental health issues as well.
Okay. One more question.
Yes,
You know, we have asked this question to almost every sociology student. Give a sociological analysis of this panel.
So from symbolic interactionist perspective, I would say that because center portrays that there is the most power vested there, then the chairperson is seated at the center, and then the periphery goes like
Yes, yes. Number one. Yes.
No, but the most important thing you have not said about this now.
Yes.
Okay.
Letter, complete letter. Yes. Yes. Yes.
so that's it.
That's it. That's it.
Look carefully,
Look carefully.
very carefully.
Gender.
Sir.
Where is the gender?
Yes.
You are forgetting about the gender everywhere.
All such a simple thing. Anyway,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anupriya.
not the most powerful.
The periphery will keep quiet.
I hope I'll use the scalpel. This time. So, Anupriya brings us to the end of our formal interaction. A couple of questions and then we'll dive into the feedback. When is your interview?
So my date is not out.
How many mocks have you taken?
So this is the 4th.
And how many do you intend to take?
So I don't know, but many more, I guess, till my dates are out.
Okay, I have some ideas on that, but prior to that, you've given an interview previously.
Yes, sir.
How many marks did you get?
So 173.
173. And how many marks did you miss the call by?
So 21.
Right. So you've done reasonably well in your previous interview, but I would expect you to notch it up by another 25 marks or so this time. And you see, mocks also are subject to the law of diminishing returns.
Yes.
So I would suggest that you wait till your date comes out. ideally don't exceed 5 or 6 mocks. Your time will be better utilized in preparation, and we'll give you practical tips on how to go about that. And once you get the date of your interview, then you can do a couple of, say 2 or 3 closer to that date, and go to the institute where your comfort level is the highest and where you've got the best inputs, so that they'll be able to gauge as to what level you have reached, from what starting point to what level you have reached. Now, as you would be aware, Anupriya, you've already been through the process. This is not a test of knowledge per se. It's a test of officer-like qualities. So, officer-like qualities, basically, there's a whole range of them, and different panels look at them differently. But ideally, the first thing is integrity. So don't guess, because guessing is a zero-sum game. It shows that you are fond of taking chances, and civil servants don't do that. Don't bluff, don't guess. Then they are looking at balanced opinions. They are looking at your logical thinking, whether you have that in you. They are looking at how lucidly you express yourself, conceptual clarity, self-confidence and poise, and they're also looking to see your awareness of yourself, of your, of your district, state, nation, the world. So, what I would suggest is, since you have a lot of time, take about 100 to 110 of these A4 size sheets. Build up a question bank, and those questions are likely to come from 3 or 4 sources. They come from your DAF mainly, current events, subject, and job if you're doing any. Once you've got your question bank in order, on each do a deep dive, and then after you have mastered that topic, reduce it to 5 or 6 bullet points in order of priority, and then sit in front of a mirror and practice. Practice makes perfect. Because if you keep going around doing mocks, you will get a million different opinions, and in the end you'll be a confused person. So it's much better to do this, right?
Yes, sir.
And you would be, of course, going to the interview in a formal dress.
Yes, sir. I'll wear a sari.
And I noticed that you were on tiptoe throughout. Is it because the chair is too high for you?
Yes, I'm very short.
No, that is not politically correct. No one is short anymore. You are vertically challenged. So, Anupriya, you are an excellent candidate. It was, in fact, a delight. We are looking to have an interaction, a discussion with the candidate. It's not just, that you ask, it's not a question-answer session. And you fit the bill beautifully. We had, I think, a rollicking discussion. It was, at least we enjoyed it thoroughly. I don't know about you.
Sir, I did.
You did?
Sir, I did.
You did. Very good. So, go there with an absolutely uncluttered mind. Think to yourself, I have the smarts, I have the abilities, I'm going to nail this, I'm going to ace this interview. Okay? And you will ace it.
Thank you, sir.
We will see you in the list of successful candidates. I'm quite sure about that. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Any question from your side?
Can I take 30 seconds?
Yes, sir.
Anupriya, where do you live in Delhi?
So, in my hostel, JNU.
In JNU.
JNU hostel.
So, in your group of friends, how many friends you have?
So, like 2 or 3. I have very small
That's
circle.
all.
Yes.
And what size is your family?
Father, mother, and 3 sisters.
And you are where?
I am the middle child.
You are the middle child?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what kind of discussions? What are the interests? You have any common interests with your siblings?
Yes, sir. So they both are, my elder sister is a lawyer and my younger sister is studying law. So they always bombard me with all the informations about
So
various
they
things.
shout you down with their legal knowledge or what?
No, they always talk about various things about law. This is right, this is wrong.
Okay. Why I wanted to just ask you, I just wanted to converse with you like a friend. What I noticed is that you're too shrill. your voice is very shrill. And you know, there is a childlike excitement. Oh, mama, मैंने ये कर दिया, ये मैं, you know, पूछा कि, oh, मैं ताजमहल देख रही, ताजमहल सफेद होता है, उसमें ये होता है, वो होता है. You know, that kind of excitement is there when you are answering. We want a stable civil servant, right? You will have to cultivate that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, from my side, you are a 200 plus candidate, okay? Maybe that would be the rating I'm giving you. Adding the marks which I otherwise deduct on the day of final interview for your shrillness, right?
Yes, sir.
Work on it. This is the only thing you need to work, my dear.
I did write out here that the voice is too loud.
You are so, and childlike excitement, you're bubbling with that. And when you know something, you, like a child, you rattle out everything, cut. Easy. Even when you know, be deliberate in your delivery, right?
Yes, sir.
Just practice it. I noticed this the last time.
Yes.
Must have told you the same thing.
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you the same thing again, there is no improvement on that count. You are 23 years of age,
Yes, sir.
the same age at which I entered the service. So I want to see you in the service. That is the best age to enter, right? Please work on it.
I was
Yeah,
about
please
to say the same thing, but in a different manner. You were the same person when you entered the interview room previous time, and your conduct was almost in the same similar fashion.
She was
When you
wearing a
got
sari
when you
the
got
other day.
173.
So I just wore a sari, that was different.
That's it. Otherwise, every tone, intonation, everything was the same.
I think I knew way less then. I think I know a
Perhaps,
little bit more now.
perhaps that is one reason why you have sounded little more confident and shrill. So the general advice given here is to tone down the shrillness, but not the enthusiasm and not the confidence. Let everything remain the same. When you receive a question, answer it with little more deliberation, taking it as if you are a civil servant, not a student, not a 23-year-old student, a middle child in a family, but a civil servant. And answer the question as if you're answering to the bosses.
Yes, sir.
Keep that in mind, and perhaps that will help you.
Right?
Yes.
I would like, Anmol, frankly, this panel would like to interview you once more before you go for the
5 days before your interview.
Because we love the candidate in you. We would like to see your name in the top paragraphs. Right?
Yes, sir.
All the way.
All right.
All the best.
All the
Best of
best.
luck.
You have any questions?
No, sir. I
Okay.
don't.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sabash.